Good morning, everyone. Tiffany Quinn here, and this is our simple arms and ab sculpt. This is a beginner-friendly, no-repeat workout to help you strengthen your core and build lean muscle definition in your upper body. We'll be using basic strength training exercises today, so all you'll be needing for equipment is a pair of light to medium dumbbells. Now keep in mind, if you don't have any weights at home, it is okay to improvise using 2 filled water bottles or even soup cans as substitute. Now smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel for a new routine every week, and let's go ahead and burn things up. What's up, everyone? Welcome to our upper body workout today. Now this is a standard strength training routine, so what we've got in store is a total of 6 circuits at 5 minutes each. Now don't panic, we will not be working through those entire 5 minutes, but our timer will be set for 40 seconds work with a 20-second rest between. Now we're starting off with the back and the biceps. We'll be grabbing a hold of both of our weights. I've got my 10 pounds here to start. Now what we're going to do is draw the elbows in towards the waist. The palms are facing up at a 90-degree angle. We come up towards the shoulders, squeeze the bicep at the top, and lower back to that 90. If you are more intermediate or advanced, to make this harder, you can bring that weight all the way down and all the way up. So starting our timer, let's get a hold of our weights. In 3, in 2, in 1. All right, come up to standing for me. Let's roll the shoulders back and down. Palms are facing up at 90 degrees. Bring it up to the shoulders, squeeze, and slowly lower. Controlling the tension the entire way through that range of movement, not allowing the weights to drop. And slowly down. Keeping the elbows tucked nice and tight towards the waist. The back is straight and a micro bend in the knee. And slowly down. Let's get 3 more in here. Last 2. Last 1, and you can lower those weights all the way down. Now our next exercise, we're coming back to that 90-degree angle. The palms are facing in this time, elbows still nice and tight. Squeeze up and slowly down. Again, intermediate, advanced, you can come all the way down and all the way up to make it harder. Let's get started. Up to the shoulder and slowly lower. If you want, you can hold right at the top of that dumbbell. A nice grip on those, facing straight ahead, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, and slowly down, taking this at your own pace and using the weights that are best for you. If you want this to be more challenging and you know you can go a little bit heavier, that's absolutely fine. And of course, if you're just getting started, 2-pound weights, 5-pound weights, whatever you need to make it to that next level. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And all the way lower. Okay, 20 seconds rest. We're combining those 2 movements, and then we go into our back exercises. So starting with the palms up, it's a bicep curl. Lower, we turn the weights, hammer curl, lower. In 2, in 1. Squeeze up, slowly down, palms in and up, slowly down. Squeeze that bicep muscle. Think about that mind-to-body connection there. Flip up towards the shoulder and down. Palms in towards the shoulder and down. All the while, the elbows are not moving. You're putting all that tension into the biceps. For 3. Don't give up. For 2. Last 1, and all the way down. All right, the palms are facing in once again. From here, we're taking a hinge forward at the hips, the booty pushing out away from you. Core is nice and tight, the back is straight. Squeeze up towards the waistline and all the way lower. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Shoulders away from the ears, squeeze up. And do not allow the weights to drop. You're still controlling the motion on the way down. Intermediate, advanced, you can of course go heavier here. And if you're just getting started, my advice would be to stay with the lighter weight in the very beginning. Maybe for the first 1 to 2 months, learn your form, perfect it, and then pick up a heavier load. Squeeze up, slowly down. for 3, for 2. Let's get one last one in there. Make it your best one. And lower. Okay, up to standing. Then we have shoulders. So we've got a bilateral shoulder section today, 2 arms. Then we've got core, then we've got chest, triceps, unilateral shoulders, and then we finish off with core again. So the palms are facing down at the thighs, squeeze up to chest level, and 3/4 of the way down. And lower. Shoulders away from the ears, back is straight. Squeezing the shoulder blades together on the way up. Squeeze up, elbows out, and down. Now you don't need to come higher than shoulder level here. Just want you to think about working the back muscles. It's okay if you're right here even. Not allowing that tension to drop, only coming down 3/4 of the way. 2 more. Last one, and all the way lower. From here, we do have our bilateral shoulder section. So this one, personally, I love working shoulders. We're going into hammer presses overhead. The palms are facing in. We're gonna press up towards the ceiling and lower, trying to keep those elbows facing forward and drawing them back towards the waist on the way down. Let's go. Press, 2, 3, 4. Press, 2, 3, 4. Take your time. If you need to, you can alternate. You can even go without the weights just to start. Give it meaning though. Press up, 2, 3, 4. Now what I love about our final core section today is that we are incorporating some lower back strength into it. So if that is an area that you struggle in, this is going to help you strengthen it today. 2, 3, 4. Last 2. Last one, all the way back to the shoulders. And from here, we're going to face the palms in. I know, taking you straight to that next move. So the palms are faced in at shoulder level into an Arnold press, palms out, slowly lower, palms in. Again, if you need to, keep those weights in hand, but you can alternate. Make things a little bit easier. Work within your ability, work at your level, and from there, you're only going to level up. When we try to push too hard too soon, that's when we run into issues. So take it at your own pace. Make this workout your own and feel good about any of the work that you put in today. Press, 2, 3, 4. Press, 2, 3, 4. Even if it's one of those days that you just didn't want to show up for, but you did it anyway. Maybe you're working at about 20% energy. That's all right. You showed up. It makes a difference. Last one, and slowly down. Combining 2 of our exercises now, the biceps curl, as well as that Arnold press. So palms are up at the shoulders, we press up, we come down, back to that 90, and raise. In 4, 3, 2 more exercises for shoulders after this. Press up, palms in, 90, and squeeze. 1, 2, 90, and squeeze. If you can, let's try to speed it up just a little bit. Still controlling the motion. I'm feeling it in the shoulders, and actually I do feel my biceps pretty lit up right now. Three more. 2 more. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring it down and lower those weights to the side. Our next one, we've got alternating front and side raise. So we're gonna come towards the front, palms are face down, lower, do not hit the thighs, out to the side and down. In 2, in 1, starting from the front. Lift and slowly down. Side and slowly down. Now, if you feel like the weights are just dropping to the side, I want you to put them down. You're going to really pull tension into your muscles. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Give it meaning. It's okay if you're not using the weights. You're still working on endurance here. Lift and lower. To the front and down. To the side and down. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And bring those weights down. Great job, everyone. So now we're going to do our overhead twist, grabbing a hold of one weight, held horizontally. We come up and around behind the head, lower, and switch directions. Keeping the elbows forward, the weight stays close to the head, and trying to smooth that motion out. Let's go. To the right, 2, 3, and down. To the left, 2, 3, and down. Working those shoulders. You have 25 seconds. Then we're gonna come down to the mat into our first core exercise, which technically we are working core throughout this. Whenever you're working arms in a standing position, your core is lighting up. Another 3 and 2. Last 1, and put those weights to the side for now. All right, a sip of water, and then we're going into core, into our low plank hold. In 7 seconds, we're coming onto the forearms. The hands are clasped. If you need to, you can stay on the knees. Otherwise, I want you up into that low plank. Beginners, you're gonna hold here. Think about keeping the back straight, the core tight. Intermediate, advanced, we dip left, center, forward, back. Dip right, center, forward, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 15 seconds. Give me a smile. To the left, center, forward, back. To the right, center. Find that beat. Last 3, 2, last dip, center, onto the knees. 20-second rest. If you want, you can hold that plank for that rest. So from here, the hands are below the shoulders. We want the hips in line with the knees. We're going to flex both feet. We're lifting off the knees for a count of 3 and lowering into a bear plank. In 2, in 1. Beginners, follow with me. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. Just a little bit away from the mat. Intermediate, advanced, you should be holding this bear plank for the entire duration of this interval. Lift, 2, 3, knees down, knees up, 2, 3, and down. 15 seconds. And down, and lift. And down, you've got this. And down, now up, we hold for 5, 4, stay strong, fight through it. 2, last 1, and here we go into our first side plank variation. Now, if you haven't done these with me yet, you're gonna learn to love them, I can promise you that. So we're gonna step the right leg out away from us. The left leg stays on the knee. You can have your hand on your hip or upright here to make it harder. We're gonna start here. Now, we're going to step that bottom leg out. Hold 3, 2, 1, bring it back in. 3, 2, 1, step it back out. Hold 3, 2, 1, be advanced, intermediate, stay in that plank. 2, 1, and step it out. 2, 1, and step it in. 2, 1, and step it out. Hips are forward. And step it in. And step it out. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on down over to that other side. So we can start from that kneeling position, intermediate, advanced. If you can, and I know you can actually, hold that plank for that whole duration. Beginners, you're gonna follow along with me in 3. Hand up if you can, if you're comfortable with it. 2 and 1. Hand is directly in line with the shoulder, step it out. 2, 3, step it in. 2, 3, step it out. 2, 3, step it in. Step it out. Step it in, amazing job. Keep that core tight, hips are forward. 2, 1, and in. 2, 1, and out. 2, 1, last 3. Last two. Left step in and take it out. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Amazing job. Now we're gonna go into our windmill twists. So we're coming onto our backs. The arms are out to the sides. The palms are facing down. We're holding the shoulders firmly to the mat as we lift into a double leg tabletop. Squeeze the core tight, rotate to the left, lift up through the side abs, and over to the right. Let's flex the feet as well. Knees are in line with the hips. Careful not to lift the torso off the mat. Breathing throughout. You do not have to come all the way down for this one. I only want you coming as low as you can, where you're still able to lift yourself up through the abs and the obliques. Think about the midline area, pulling your body back to the center and over to the side. Last time. And back to center and lower the legs down. Now from here, I'm gonna grab a hold of my heavier weights. You can, of course, stick with the lighter weights or the ones you've been using. So I want both feet flat in line with the hips, and the palms will be facing in. We're starting from the top, coming down towards the waistline, and press. 1, 2, 3, and up. Chin is tucked towards the chest, facing straight ahead, breathing throughout. Thinking about working the triceps, the back of the arms. 1, 2, 3, and press. You can keep a micro bend in the elbows at the top. And press. And press. This is our chest and tricep section. So you are officially more than halfway through the workout. Last time, press and bring it all the way down. Lying chest fly to the side. We're going to switch back to those lighter weights if you did go with your heavier ones just now. Palms are still facing in, shoulders away from the ears. Micro bend in the elbows all the way through. We come out to the side, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, to the side. And raise. Should be thinking about squeezing along the bra line area. Working the pectoral muscles, slowly down and slowly up. Breathing all the way through. Breath out as you raise. Breath in through the nose coming down. You have got this. You've only got 10 seconds left and 3 more exercises to go. And up. Last rep for me. Make it your best one. Try to come a little bit lower if you can. And all the way up, elbows in, and lower those weights. Okay, we are gonna combine those two movements now. So we've got our narrow press, raise to the side, raise in 5 seconds. Get your mind right. Let's do this. Starting from the top, in 2, in 1. Come towards the waist, press up, come out to the sides, and all the way up. You do not need to rush through this one. Thinking about working behind the arms and along the bra line, the pectoral muscles. Press and out to the side. Lift, elbows in and up. Fabulous job. 2 more exercises to follow, both of which are going to be unilateral. Then we go into unilateral shoulders. Another 3 and 2. Let's get one last fly in there, a little bit past the timer, up and bring the elbows in. Grabbing a hold of one of our heavier weights now. We're going to keep our right arm out towards the side for support. The palm is facing down, the shoulder stays on the mat the entire way through. The left arm up and palm is facing the feet. We bring it out into a wide chest press and back up towards the ceiling. Breath in through the nose. Breath out as you push up. 1, 2, 3, and up. Careful not to lock the joints out at the top. Keeping a micro bend in the elbow. I know I'm giving you quite a few cues, but if we practice some of these now, it will be much easier to learn the right way than to unlearn the wrong way. slowly down, and press. Last two. Last one, and up, and you can just switch sides right here. Okay, hand over to the side, keep that there for support. Remember, the shoulder is staying on the mat at all times, and you're trying to bring your arm as low as you can, not forcing it, but you do really want to work that tension. In 2, in 1, palm is facing the feet, slowly lower out to the side, and press. Now you may find that it's more comfortable to come out on a diagonal, forming somewhat of an A shape down to the arm. That's all right too. Do what works best for you, still practicing the same form cues. Slowly lower towards the mat and raise. At no point are we allowing our arm to rest on the mat. I want you working through those 40 seconds. And up. Another 3. And 2. Last one, bring it up, palm in, and all the way down towards the waist. So we're coming into a kneeling position now. The weight's going to be on your kneeling side. And we're actually starting with a hammer curl and a side raise. So let's switch back to that lighter weight. For me, that's my 10. For you, it might be a 3, it might be a 5. We're not in competition here. So we're coming up to 90 with the arm, palm is facing in, up towards the shoulder, all the way down, out to the side, all the way down. 1, 2, take it slow. 1, 2. Raising that arm to shoulder level, maybe a little bit above it, but nothing too crazy. I don't want to see any lopsided torsos here. So if this is happening, it's too much. If this is happening, the weight's too heavy. Lighten the load, practice the form, work your way up to those weights. Squeeze up, slowly down to the side, slowly down. Last one. Last raise, and you can lower it down over to that other side. So let's just switch that kneeling side the entire way through, guys. You want to keep the torso tall. So we want our head in line with the neck, in line with the back, in line with the booty, in line with the knee. Straight line. Going in 4, 3, elbow towards the waist. 2, 1, let's start with that hammer curl up, all the way lower, out to the side, all the way down. Now this may feel very challenging at first, especially with those side raises, the flies. I know those can be very hard in the beginning. It takes time to build those muscles. It probably took me, it's gotta be like a year before I really felt comfortable doing them, where my arms weren't just giving out. Upper body strength is a hard thing to build, in particular a little bit more so for women. Stick it out, you will get there. Raise and lower. Raise and curl last time, and lower that weight down. Switching back over to the other side. I am going to use my 15-pound for this, but you again, use what you need to use depending on where you're feeling today, your energy level, and what you've practiced with in the past. So switching sides, we're gonna start at a 90-degree angle. The elbow comes forward about 20 to 30 degrees. Press up, slowly lower, keeping the elbow in line with the shoulder at the base. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have one more side to cover, one more exercise for shoulders, and then we move along to our final circuit for core. Press, 2, 3, 4. Take breaks as you need them. If you need a break right now, take it. Press, 2, 3, last time, palm in, and slowly lower. Okay, 15 seconds to go. Over to that other side, one more exercise to follow, and then we work core and a little bit of lower back combination. Lower back strengthening, I should say. Lumbar strength. All right, left leg forward, right leg kneel into that 90 degrees, 20 angle forward with the elbow. Lift, 2, 3, 4. Now the reason I say bring the elbow forward a little bit rather than having it out to the side in line with the shoulder, gonna work the anterior deltoid muscle a little bit better. So with our front shoulder head, we have a front, we have a medial, and we have a lateral. This is particularly for the front deltoid. Press, 2, 3, 4. Shoulder down. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Bring it in, lower down. Heavier weights can go over to the side if you were using those. Grabbing a hold of our lighter weights now. If you'd like, you can do this in standing. For the sake of transition into our next circuit, I am going to stay down here. Weights are at the sides, palms are in, shoulders away from the ears. We're rolling them back and rolling them down. Lift towards the center and slowly down. 1, 2, 1, 2. This could be at chest level. It could be right in front of the eye line. Work within your ability. Work with what feels best for you. If you want to alternate, that's fine too. This one does burn. Another 4. And 3. Core tight. You got this. Last 2. Give me one more. Make it your best one. And slowly down. I got the shake on that one. All right, weights over to the side. We've got our final 5 minutes now. This is going to be working on our core as well as lumbar strength. So we're not directly working the lower back, but it intrinsically strengthens it. So the palms are facing down at the mat. I want them out next to you. L-sit position. It's lift, pump, lower to the left, lift, pump, lower on the right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. Try to kick that leg up. Slowly lower. Kick, up, slowly lower. Facing straight ahead. Back as straight as you can get it. Now, if you're struggling right here, come down a little bit further. That'll make things a little bit easier. Start where you need to start. Lift, pump, slowly lower. Really straighten that leg out. Slowly down. Last 2. Last one, and down. From here, we're coming onto the forearms. We're gonna leave that right leg where it is. The left leg comes up. We're gonna crunch in, extend, lift, and lower. In, extend, pump up, and lower. Let's go. Knee in towards the chest, extend, lift towards the ceiling, slow to come down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Core tight. 3 and 4. You know what's funny about today is I woke up with 0 energy. But the moment I hit play on that camera, I'm like, I'm here for you. We are gonna go through this together. We are gonna burn. I'm ready to be awake again. So here we are. And this is burning. You should feel this along the hip flexor as well. Last lift, last lower, and you can bring that leg all the way down. All right, over to the other side, exactly the same. Core is tight, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Flex both feet for me. We bring it in, extend, kick as high as you can, and lower. In 3, if you need more support, by the way, you can bend that other leg. Bring it in, extend, pump up, and lower. It's all about finding what feels best for your body, where you really start to feel that burn in your abs, and it takes some time to build that connection, particularly with the core, because it takes time for anything that you're trying to do. Nothing is perfect straight away. It's all a learning curve. Bring it in, extend, pump up, and lower. Squeeze, squeeze the lower ab area. One more rep. Knee in, extend, lift up, and all the way down. 2 more exercises to go. We're coming into our single leg extension and on our backs. So taking this one step further, I want you on the floor here. We're gonna lift the left leg up. We're going to extend long, knee in, tap down, knee in. Extend, back in, knee in line with the hip. Tap down on the mat with the toes, lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can, of course, if you want to make this harder, lift that other leg up, tap, and in. And you can also lift the chest. If this is bothering your neck, you can also lower that down. Tap down and up. Extend to 90, tap down and 90. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last 4, 3, tap and in. Lower both of those legs, take that rest. If you want to make this harder for the rest point, you could just hold in that hover for me. And in 10 seconds, it's over to the side, over to the other side. Whew. Onto the back. If you can, chest is lifted, other leg up. Otherwise, lower it down if you need that support. Extend out, bring it in, tap the mat, and in. So this is our final exercise. You have officially made it all the way to the end of the workout. I really hope you had an amazing time. Now before you go, we will do just a few shoulder rotations. Loosen things up, build that mobility. It's always good to do after some strenuous lifting. Extend and in, tap down, knee in. 1, 2, 3, 4, last 8, 7, 6, finish strong for 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll yourself on up. All right, we are gonna start with our 90-degree rotations. And this is just to work on some of your joint mobility, which down the line, it will help you, especially if you start lifting heavier and heavier. It's something I learned through my own training, all right? So the hands are coming up in 90-degree angles. I want the hand in line with the elbow in line with the shoulder. We're going to internally rotate, keeping our scapula exactly where it is, moving only through the shoulder joint here. So we're not rounding forward, only as far as you can, not over pushing it, and external rotation. Come down into internal rotation, keep the scapula exactly where it is, and into external rotation. You can also lower the elbows just a little bit if you need to. And external rotation. Internal rotation, forward and down. Fight for a little bit more range here. External rotation, all the way back. Without rounding the scapula, without moving where it is. We're gonna do one more rep here. All the way forward, internal rotation, all the way back, and you can bring those arms to the sides now. The palms are facing out, externally rotated. Our shoulder cars, keep the shoulders from raising. So we don't want to see this, keep them down. We're gonna come up towards the midline in external rotation, fight for more midline action. Externally rotate out, keeping the shoulders down, trying not to compensate. They might lift a little bit, but we're trying to reduce that and bring it back around into your external rotation, fight for more external rotation, and all the way up, all the way while staying in a pain-free range of motion. Internally rotate at the top, fight for more range, fight for more range. Come on, squeeze tension out. And let's give it one more rep, make it your best rep. We come all the way up towards the midline. Internally rotate all the way back. More internal rotation, incredible job. And bring it back around, externally rotate, fight for more external, towards the midline, and shake the arms out. I hope you are feeling good and smooth and amazing and powerful and strong and all of the things that you genuinely hope you get out of a workout. So anyway, I think that sums things up. We do have our final workout of the January fitness guide. That will be next Wednesday, so be sure your notifications are turned on. Smash that like button if you had a good time. Comment for me, let me know that you were here, that you enjoyed things, that you got something out of it, and I will see you for our next workout. Congratulations on making it to the end of our arms and abs sculpt. Now before you leave me, be sure to write in the comments section what size weights you went with today as a reference for yourself at a later date. I do find that the comments section is an ideal place to write these notes in because it'll always be there for you, and chances are by the time you revisit this workout, you won't remember what you had been working with. It gives you a point of reference for where to level up, so please do use this to your advantage. Now smash that thumbs up button for me, subscribe to the channel for a new routine every week, and turn your notifications on for next week's beginner-friendly, no jumping cardio workout. Can't wait to see you there, and have an amazing day.